Hey guys, this is Jake Hamilton from Roots TV, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my World Cup predictions for this year. So starting off, we have with Group A. We've got Uruguay, Egypt, Russia, who are the hosts, and Saudi Arabia. Now, with this one, I predicted Uruguay to finish first, top of the ladder, because at the end of the day, I think the powerhouse up front of Suarez and Edison Cavani are just too much to handle for any of the other teams in the group. Second, I've placed Egypt, and this is with the hope that Mohamed Salah stays fit and comes back as solid as he was playing at Liverpool this year. Third place, I've got Russia, the hosts. I know they're hosts, and at the end of the day, sometimes they kind of have a bit of an advantage when they are hosting, but I just can't see them beating Egypt or Uruguay, really. So I've placed them third. And last, we've got Saudi Arabia, who haven't been doing, I guess, too well when it comes to the national stage. They have qualified, which is good, but I just can't see them qualifying past the group stages for this year. Group B. We have Spain, Portugal, Iran, and Morocco. Now, this one is really exciting because they've also got one of the biggest games, I think, or one of the most exciting games already in a group stage, which is Spain versus Portugal, which is going to be unreal. I have placed Spain to come first, Portugal to come second, Iran third, and Morocco fourth. As I said, I can't wait for the Spain versus Portugal game in that one. Group C, we have France, Australia, Denmark, and Peru. I'll place France to come first in that one, and mainly because of the depth they've got in their squad. I mean, to leave out some of the players they have it just shows you, I remember looking at something, it must have been a while ago on social media, and the group, or the players that they left out would have gave the group who they left in a good game. So that's when you know you've got a really, really, really solid team. I've picked Australia to come second. This is no bias at all. I just think, this year, you know what, I'm going to predict them to definitely qualify and finish second. They had a good win the other day. I think I'm going to place them to come second. Denmark and Peru. This is the one I was worried about. Denmark and Australia. It could be pretty much either of them to come second or third. But I am going to go, Australia just to have the edge in that. Denmark to come third and Peru to come fourth in that one. Now, Group D, we've got pretty much a solid first place with Argentina. So it reads Argentina, Croatia, Nigeria, and Iceland. And I've placed them in that order exactly. So we've gone Argentina. The thing with Argentina, I haven't actually seen the strength that, say, Aguero or Messi can do up front. I think they can do so much damage if they're playing the same game and they're starting together. I think they can tear apart teams. So if they're playing together and they've got a good solid run, I can't see why they won't finish first in that one. Croatia I've picked to come second, and then Nigeria and Iceland. Now, Nigeria and Croatia, that started off as a bit of a tough one for me, because when Nigeria versus England the other day, they didn't start too well, but in the second half they actually started playing well. Croatia I've picked to come second. Modric, Rakitic in the midfield, it's unreal. Group E, Brazil, Switzerland, Serbia, and Costa Rica. Now, Brazil are one of the favourites for this World Cup, for the plain reason they've got an unreal amount of talent in that squad. Neymar, Gabriel Jesus, Coutinho, Firmino, it keeps going. Brazil and Switzerland, I've picked them two to qualify in that order. Serbia and Costa Rica, third and fourth. Group F, we have Germany, Mexico, Sweden, and South Korea. Now, Germany, say no more. I mean, the last World Cup champions, and they've got a crazy amount of talent as well. I was actually really frustrated in recent news that Leroy Sané hadn't made it into the team, considering he was, Premier League Young Player of the Year, shown his worth in the Premier League as well. So it's a bit disappointing when players like that get left out. But I have picked Germany, then Mexico, Sweden, and South Korea in that order. That's Group F. Group G, we've got Belgium, England, Tunisia, and Panama. I love the fact that Panama's in the World Cup this year. It's great. This one, I have selected Belgium to finish first. The plain reason that they've got an unbelievable team. You know, Eden Hazard, De Bruyne. Also, another reason which frustrated me, same as the Belgian squad, the fact that they left out Radja Nainggolan this year was really frustrating for me. I think a player who's played so well this year for Roma, and he's pretty much solidified his place in the Serie A, and I just don't think he should have been left out. I know it was due to Roberto Martinez and him potentially not getting along, but I don't think that's a reason enough to leave someone out of a World Cup. Yeah, so that really frustrated me, but I have selected that order: Belgium, England, Tunisia, and then Panama. England, I've picked to come second. The thing with England is, on paper, England's always had a decent team. They always have a solid amount of players who are playing in the Premier League, which is, you know, one of, if not the best league in the world. And that's one of the things that frustrates me, because their team on paper, it takes me back to when they had what they called the golden era, where they had the midfield, Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes, Beckham, all in the midfield. Like, that type of team on paper is unbelievable. It's unbeatable. But for some reason, they couldn't play as well as you sort of want them to every time. And I remember watching an interview of Rio Ferdinand interviewing Steven Gerrard, and Rio Ferdinand said, what was the reason we couldn't succeed? And Gerrard ended up saying, it's because there were so many rivalries within the England team. So many rivalries in the England team. So I think that sort of clashed when it came to national duty. He ended up saying there was teams like Brazil who had so many different players, and when they'd go on national duty, they'd ended up wanting to spend time with each other. Whereas with England, all the players, because they were all rivals in the Premier League, they sort of, you know, this is quoted by Gerrard, they'd rock up to camp, they'd have their dinner together, and they'd go back to their rooms. They wouldn't, you know, hang around and bond as a team and things like that, and that goes a long way. So yeah, I've picked Belgium, England, Tunisia, Panama in that order. Now lastly, we have Group H. So Colombia, Poland, Senegal, and Japan. Now I've picked Colombia and Poland to progress through this stage. For the simple reason of being they're the stronger teams. I think Colombia at the last World Cup actually did very well. I know they had James Rodriguez tearing up. He scored, I think it was 3 in the group stages and then 3 more when it came to the knockout stages. So if he's anything like last World Cup, it'd be great. Poland obviously have the powerhouse of Lewandowski up front, who just picks apart teams, absolutely picks apart teams. And I think he'll be quite surprised, and he'll be very, very, very high up there. If they do qualify through the round 16, Lewandowski would have a lot of potential to be Golden Boot winner this year. Now, if that order of teams qualify, it would then lead on to these predictions next for my round 16. So we've got Uruguay versus Portugal. I've selected Portugal to win that one. France versus Croatia. I've selected France. Brazil versus Mexico. I've selected Brazil. Belgium versus Poland. I've selected Belgium. Spain versus Egypt. I've selected Spain. Argentina versus Australia. Unfortunately, sorry guys, I've selected Argentina for that one. Colombia versus England. I've selected England. And Germany versus Switzerland. I've selected Germany for that one. So there is my round 16 predictions. If the round 16 teams did progress, this is how the quarterfinal will definitely look. It'll be Portugal versus France, and I've selected France for that one. Brazil versus Belgium, I've selected Brazil. Germany versus England, which will be a hell of a game. I've selected Germany for that one. Spain versus Argentina, I've selected Spain to progress. And if all those teams progress through to the next round of the semi-final, this is how the semi-final will look. If the quarterfinals progressed exactly how I predicted just then, this is how the semi-final would look. we've got France versus Brazil, which now it starts to get interesting. France versus Brazil is just unreal. On paper, that game alone has so much talent. It's crazy, so much talent playing. I have predicted Brazil to progress through that game, which is very tough. I know France have been sort of not underrated, but kind of like a key favourite that isn't the favourite for this World Cup. And I do think it's going to be a very, very tough game, a high-scoring game as well. But I do think Brazil are going to progress through that one. And then we have Germany versus Spain, which as well, you know, the amount of talent in both of them teams as well. I've predicted Germany to win that game, and for the simple reason being, not only because they won the last World Cup, but just because every single international game I seem to find Germany playing, they're always dominant. Always dominant. It then leads on to the final, and I know before I go into the final, one of, or if not the last time these played, it was a massive domination for Germany. A massive domination, but I just don't think it'll be the same this year. For third place this year's World Cup, I've picked France to beat Spain. So if the semi-final did go as planned, or as predicted, should I say, it will be a Brazil and Germany final. But then again, you've still got to play for third place. And France and Spain, it's going to be a great game. I think France are going to win that game. My prediction of score is 2-0 to France for that one. Hamilton, and I'm joined with Timon and Connor today, and we're going to be discussing a few things for this year's World Cup. First of all, I want to ask, what is your top 3 favourite kits for this year's World Cup?
So in third place for the best kits in the World Cup, I've got Senegal. The nice white, just such a plain kit, but the outline of an animal really just touches to it and adds the depth of a really good kit.
Nice.
Yeah, in second place, I've got Colombia. I really like how they've kind of thrown back to the 90s. With the retro points coming into the centre of the kit, which is also amazing. And top spot, I think many people can agree with this, but it's so hard to go past Nigeria.
Such a nice kit.
The vibrant green, it's just amazing. And to see Nigeria have that sort of kit just kind of ignites people from Nigeria back into the World Cup, and hopefully Nigeria can do well.
It's sold out within, I think it was like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
So from the Nike website, sold out within 3 minutes.
Not just Nigerians,
which is unreal. Yeah, everyone likes it. Everyone's been buying it around the world, which is amazing. I know, especially when it comes to a World Cup, there's not many, you don't really buy other nations' kits, which is one thing, but the fact that everyone's buying it around the world, it really shows how nice the kit is.
Exactly.
So Timon, who is your Golden Boot prediction for this year's World Cup?
Well, I think it's Cristiano Ronaldo, because he did great things in Champions.
Exactly, yeah, he's an unreal player.
Yeah, he's a good player. I think he will get it.
And guys, for free tickets to this year's game, Chelsea versus Perth Glory in July, share this video and email us at the link below. I've been your host today, Jake Hamilton. Thanks very much for watching Move Studio Sport.